Yo, so in this video, I'm gonna be telling y'all how I went from this to this in a matter of 12 freaking months. Hey man, what's good with y'all boys, man? It's Aidan Smith here, and today we're gonna be going over how to build muscle as a teenager. Alright, so step one is to plan out what you need to do. Planning can mean a whole plethora of things. It doesn't mean just one thing. Planning can mean figuring out what days you're going to go to the gym. Planning can mean if you need to go on a bulk or figuring out if you need to go on a cut. Planning can mean figuring out a split, which we'll expand on that later. But planning can mean just knowing what you need to do. And this could take some research. This could take days, honestly, but you need something that you can write down. You need to write this down. You need to write down exactly what I need to do. You need to write down what I need to get from the grocery store. You need to write down when I can go to the gym. How am I going to get to the gym? Even if you don't have a gym, which we'll get into more of that later. If you don't have a gym, this is your best friend. The floor is your best friend.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You will. And I say will because you have to. If you want to see progress, you have to be working out. You have to work out, obviously. This is your best friend. You have a phone. You're watching this video right now. You have a phone or a computer or a laptop. You have something you're accessing YouTube on. At-home workouts is the best way to work out if you don't have a gym. Simple. At-home workouts. Do anything. They have so many no equipment at-home workouts. That is your friend. Plan out what you need to do. That's step one. Alright, so step two is probably the most obvious step of them all, but it's still very, 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 very important. I like to call this the act step. The act step means this is when you're doing everything you need to do. This is when you're going to the gym or you're working out. This is when you're eating right. This is when you know what you're going to eat. You're taking it seriously. This is when the actual work happens. Okay? This is when you're going to the gym. This is finding out your split. Your split is basically just what you're working out in a week. So let's say I'm doing push-pull legs. One day I'll push things, do push movements, which works my chest, shoulders, and triceps. Other day I'll pull, which is my back and biceps. And then one day I'll do legs. That's a split. Okay, so you need to make sure you know what you're doing in the gym. Don't walk into the gym not knowing what you're doing. I'm not talking about everything that you're doing, like every machine. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. No, I mean you gotta know what body parts you're in that day. Trust me, it will help you a lot. And then lastly, you gotta make sure you're eating right. Like make sure you know what you're getting from the grocery store is fitting in with whatever you're trying to do. If you're bulking, that's when you're skinny like I was and you're trying to put on muscle. If you're cutting, that's when you're a little bit bigger and you're trying to cut some fat off, but you're still building muscle while you're cutting the fat. So that is step two. All right, the third step is consistency. Consistency is literally key in everything you do. If you want to be better, if you want to have a better life in general, consistency is key. You cannot do step one and step two and then not be consistent with it. You have to be consistent. And consistent does not mean perfect. You're going to slip up. I miss the gym all the time. You're going to slip up, but you can't let that affect you. You just gotta slip up. Oh man, I slipped up. I gotta go back to the gym today. Go back and do it all over again. You have to be consistent. Trust me, that is what most people lack on. You know how many people said that they were gonna start lifting in the new year and still don't show up? It's February. Consistency is key. Okay, that's step three. All right, on to step four. Step four is also another so overlooked step, but it is so important, and that's recovery. Bro, bed, go to sleep. You recover in your sleep. That's when you grow. You grow in your sleep. You're recovering in your sleep. You have to be getting 7 to 8 hours at minimum. Okay, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Also, you need to make sure you take recovery days. When I was first going to the gym, I would just go every day, and bro, I would go there and my arms would be so sore from the day before and I couldn't work out. Like literally, like you have to make sure you're taking recovery days. And also, protein is so important for recovery. Protein. It helps so much recovering your muscles. That's when you grow. That's when you see all the growth. If you undermine recovery, you will not see the growth that you're looking for. Straight up, do not undermine recovery. Do not. Okay, that's step 4. You always have to make sure you're recovering right. You don't want no injuries. That's how most people injure themselves, because they're not recovering right. You have to make sure you're recovering. All right, man. Step 5 and the last step, if you want to build muscle as a teenager, is to record your progress. Now, I don't mean physically, like actually taking your phone and recording. I mean, have an app, have a note, have something where you recording your progress. And I'm not gonna lie, I use an app for this. It's called Strong. It's free on iPhone and Android. Like, this video is not sponsored, by the way, but it is free and it has helped me so much. Like, just recording my progress process. Like, it's literally just called Strong, and literally, as you can see, this all my workouts I've ever done is all in here. And it helps with this beautiful thing called progressive overload, which means basically you do more weight per each set. Make sure you're not doing the same weight each set. Make sure your first set is easy. You're hitting like 8 to 12 reps, and then you can move on and go up, and then up and up and up and up and up through your 3 or 4 sets, whatever you're doing. So make sure you have something where you can record your progress, because you need to be making sure you're going up in weight. And I'm telling you, me to you, bro, you're not gonna remember what you do like off the top of your head. Like, you're not gonna remember what you did 2 weeks ago. But that's why it's so important to have an app. Also, it feels bad when you miss a workout, bro. It really does. They'll be like, bro, what happened today? I thought you were supposed to work out. They send you a little notification. I'll be like, yo, bro, you glazing right now like crazy. But anyways, bro, make sure you're tracking your workouts. Make sure you're doing progressive overload. That is step 5. Alright, man, that's gonna do it for this video, man. Hey, if you gained any knowledge out of this, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And until next time, hey, say something. Not gonna say nothing? Hey, man, until next time, bro, I'm gonna catch y'all, boys.
I'm catching my face, bitch.
You better get your hand off that camera, boy, before I hit you in the back of your neck.